This playthrough is rated T for teen. Welcome back, everyone. Valdemar here with some post-commentary for this adventure. Unfortunately, I lost the audio file for this, so I'm adding a little bit of my own little rigmarole to this little adventure. So it won't have the same reaction, unfortunately, but I don't think anyone really cares, so here we go on. Basically, I found a little side area. It's part of a side mission where you deal with Black Cat.
If you keep stalling, something bad might happen. I'm certified crazy, you know.
I'm not stalling, I swear.
Why can't you have a nice normal safe I can break into? I won't ask you again. The codes.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll give you the code. Just don't kill me.
Hey, boss, we got cops all over the place. There's no way out.
Don't sweat it, I have an escape plan.
We know you're in there, Felicia. You and your koozie to come out, nice and easy.
I see my reputation precedes me. Dad would be so proud. You, come with me.
Alright, well, the cutscene tells us this. We are dealing with Black Cat, the always sexy Felicia Hardy, and, you know, we encountered her earlier. If you guys seen my, Spectacular Spiderman, or is that the name of it again? God, I didn't play it that long ago, and I've already forgot the name of it. Anyway, the previous Spider-Man playthrough I had, you had to deal with Black Cat, although she was in a android form of some sort. This is the real one. She looks as good as always, and I'm gonna snatch this guy up. Gotcha! Woo! Of course, I'm gonna be doing that quite a bit, so I won't comment on every single thing. Well, it's kind of weird commenting on something like post, you know, when you've already done everything, because you lose the effect, you know, and there's really not much to talk about. I mean, I'm pretty much just going to take each of these guys out as secretly as I can. Sure, I could just go in and snatch their rears up in a bear trap, but, yeah, you get more experience out of it.
You've been transferred.
Yeah, right, Peter. Anyway, so far I've, oh, well, if I was sneaky anymore, not with that going on. Probably not the best idea, you know, slamming it. Cool thematically, but I got hurt pretty badly. Wow, I'm just commenting on every single thing I do. I was watching Aaron Hansen and John Fahey do Game Grumps, and they were talking about how, like, Lp'ers will just be talking about the game while they're just like, oh, here I go, I'm gonna beat this guy up here. He's kind of tough, you know, so I'm gonna take him down. And I realize I do that quite a bit with my commentary. I don't know, I just gotta get better at it and try to find something either funny to talk about or interesting. I've been doing this for quite a bit, but I'm not as expert as either those who are purely entertainment or those who have maximized their ability to edit and so forth, like so many other better ones. You know, I may never be as good as them, and I do this just as a kind of a free time hobby on the side, so, you know, I still try to better myself like I do with other things.
Maybe you should stay there.
Anyway, really in this encounter there's not a whole lot to talk about. I'm just taking everyone out, you know, in a room, so. I mean, I could add extra stuff to it, like behind the scenes. I don't know, Black Cat is one of the more, other than Mary Jane, one of the more interesting female characters in the Spider-Man franchise. She's usually a possible love interest in multiple times, although usually he ends up with Mary Jane. Although if I had to compare the two, I mean, it's like apples and oranges. They're two completely different female characters. You know, one's crazy, you know, klepto, while the other one's a nice next-door girl. Although from a design standpoint, I like Felicia Hardy a bit better, but I think that's just because I like the kind of the dangerous girls or whatever. At this part, I was trying to find some secret. I thought it was one of those rooms that you can never go to, so I was trying to see if there was anything in there to take a picture of, which you'll find out in a moment was completely worthless. And I don't know why I spent like 20 minutes trying to figure that out. Okay, not so much so, but you know. At this point, I forget about it, and I just keep going on. So if there's a secret there, I'll... Oh, wait, no. Never mind. I was still trying to figure out how to get in there. But not anymore. Anyway, I like Felicia Hardy better. Just from a design standpoint, she's more interesting, I think, to me. But I can understand the Mary Jane aspect just fine. I mean, if you like her, that's great. If I had to choose between the two girls, the Felicia Hari, because she's more dangerous and interesting. I don't know, maybe she's a little more sultry, but that's more of a fantasy, right? It's not like it's ever gonna happen. It wouldn't happen anyway, you know. You gotta have your fantasies, right? Ooh.
You ready for this?
I hope I get that. I think I get that comic book later. I just wait to capture the other dudes first, I think. I'm getting snatched up. I've noticed this game really never gets too hard. I mean, there's some parts where...
Not exactly criminal masterminds. This guard needs my help.
Okay. Saving everyone, Spidey. What's wrong with you? Anyway, this game never ever tends to be truly hard, unless you play it on hard mode, of course. But I mean, then again, I mean, it is possible to die many times. I mean, when Spider-Man gets hit with a bullet, I mean, I swear you almost die half the time, just from getting shot a couple times. So you always have to. But then again, it's not like Spider-Man's bulletproof, right? I mean, it's the same with Batman. If Batman gets shot, he's gonna hurt. You know, it's the same with this one. If you get punched or shot a lot, it's not gonna be good for you. You know, you're gonna have a bad time. If you pizza before you French fries, you're gonna have a bad time. I think this is the point where I started using the swing ability like to grab someone and swing around to take out guys. I don't know why I'd never used it before. It's always like me to never truly utilize something until like the very end of the game, and by that time there's no point.
Hey!
I'm trying to find the little guard duty secret around here. Oh, there you are. But I'm not gonna do it. I need to find secrets.
Spider-Man!
Gotta take pictures. Gotta find comic books. Gotta catch them all. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast.
Spider-Man!
Gotta go faster.
I have to find the director. Can you help me get to the vaults?
I don't know. Maybe you can take the air ducts from his office. But you'll need clearance from the control room's computer. Enter 0601 in the console to open all the doors.
Thanks.
Gotta go to the clearance. And for good measure, boom. Pop soda can. Done and done. So, I guess this is time for me to just talk about anything, because since this is more of a side mission, doesn't have anything to do with the story, I guess I could just rabble on about whatever.
This should do the trick.
Don't move a muscle. Now come with me.
How am I supposed to follow you if I can't move a muscle? What the?
Go, go, go! Move it, move it, move it!
Station 1, clear!
Station 2, clear!
Station 3, clear!
On the ground, now!
Hands where I can see them!
All clear.
We got this. You can proceed.
I don't want them to think I'm with these goons.
Does anyone have eyes on Hardy?
In that form-fitting outfit? It's hard not to.
Go ahead. I dare you to move.
Hey, hey, hey! Calm down. We surrender. We surrender, okay?
Wow. Alright, so the SWAT team comes in. Yeah, it usually doesn't happen in comic books or adventures. Usually, Spider-Man has to take out everyone. And, you know, usually hardly ever gets help from the police. Not that they're incompetent or anything. It's just that's usually how the comics are written or portrayed or whatever. I'm trying to remember if the SWAT team has to be avoided in this case. I guess not. Now I guess I gotta go back into that room again, and I take the longest way around for some reason. And I'm gonna comment on every little thing I do because I can't think of anything. But no, just talking about just general stuff, you know, like how I'm feeling. I'm feeling good about this game. I really liked it. Overall, I mean, it's not my favorite Spider-Man game. I mean, there's definitely better ones out there. That's a question for you viewers. If you guys had to choose your favorite Spider-Man game, just like out of all of them, everything from like the old Nintendo to, you know, Xbox 360, PC, whatever, what's your favorite one?
Okay, Spider-Man versus
For
Felicia.
me?
Where's your money at? Felicia, of course. She sees everything. Unless Spider-Man can turn invisible, he doesn't stand a chance.
Oh, don't worry. I can turn invisible. Or not, no.
Oops.
Hey, what gives? He's in the vents. Shoot the vents!
Alright, no more sneaking. Just take him out.
Looks like the spider's ready to bite.
Oh boy, this is grown-up stuff.
Anyway, if I had to choose my favorite Spider-Man game, no, there was quite a few good ones back in the early, like even the PlayStation 1 days had a couple of good ones. And I've noticed that Spider-Man is one of the few superhero characters that like has decent games overall. There's very few that are actually terrible. And they'll always make like random adventure Spider-Man games. I mean, there's been a lot of original like redos of his story, but I mean, there's just as many, if not more, of just original stories with Spider-Man. That's how like it seems to be how well known he is that they can just make an adventure with Spider-Man and be good. His game does lend very well to like an open environment as well as an action environment. Beenox did a pretty decent job with Spider-Man, although I would say it's my favorite incarnation, which they did this one and the Spectacular Spider-Man. I think they did one other, but I don't know. There was a PlayStation 1 Spider-Man called like Inter Electro, I think it was. If I remember correctly, that one was pretty decent.
Glad you could
I don't know.
make it, Spider.
Nope.
Here for
Felicia.
business?
Those my only options? The word business implies I get paid for putting my butt on the line.
Alright, Felicia, that works nice as well. There was Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 2 with, based off probably one of my favorite Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man 2
Well,
directed
folks,
by
it's
Sam
been
Raimi.
fun, but my ride's almost here.
You're letting me go?
Of course, sweetheart. What use are you once we have all your money?
What is going on? Ow,
Dang, girl.
Ah, did you get a boo-boo?
Huh. Getaway by subway car. Never saw that one coming.
I hate to put it to Marvel, but really, I mean, or whoever created Black Cat, yeah, she's a copy of Catwoman. I mean, almost to a T. I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't know. I mean, I generally like Black Cat better than Catwoman, but still, I have to admit that Catwoman came first. At least if you're comparing the two. I don't know if she came before that. Probably did in some other comic or book or whatever. I'm just considering from a comic book standpoint. Then again, I'm not an expert. If any of you can default that, I'm more than free to learn more information about this. Just even if it's random information that doesn't matter at all ever. Anyway, favorite Spider-Man game. 2 was good. There was a PlayStation 1 I really liked, and there was also a game recently, the where you had the 4 different Spider-Mans, like Shattered Dimensions. That one was pretty good. I like that just because you got to play as different Spider-Man that tied into one plot, and it made Mysterio actually an interesting bad guy in that case. But no, I think it was the one before that, the Web of Shadows Spider-Man. That one was really good too, actually. At least I enjoyed it. So, I don't know. Actually, I'll go with the Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation 2. I thought they did a really good job with that. Kind of did the open world thing, but did a good job with missions, finding stuff, having a lot of playability. So let me know, folks, what you think about what your favorite Spider-Man is. Also, another question. Who's your favorite feline antagonist, Black Cat or Catwoman? I've already said who's mine. I don't know why. I mean, I like the design of both. Maybe it's something to do with the white hair. That, although if you look up art for like both Catwoman and Black Cat, geez, why would you judge, right? It looks like we're still trying to end the game, trying to find Felicia.
Don't worry, boys.
I think we're about to encounter her.
Nothing but faith in you guys.
Well, wish I could say she's the first girl to ever run away at the mere sight of me.
Funny thing, he says that in the comic books, probably out of all the superheroes, at least in Marvel's concerned, he's probably had the most girlfriend love interest out of all Marvel characters. Like most of them have like maybe 1, maybe 2, but that's it. No, Spider-Man's had like 7. And no, I can't name them all off at the top of my head. I know like Gwen Stacy, Mary Jane, I think Betty Brown, Felicia Hardy.
Enjoy some time alone.
That's 4. I know there's 3 others, and I think another one is a nerdy girl, and I don't know what the 2 others off the top of my head. I think maybe Silver Sable. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. I know I could probably right now go wiki it, but I don't want to. And I'm trying to pay attention to this so I can do decent commentary. I mean, the sad thing in some commentary parts, but there's not much else I can say because it's just me beating up on dudes. And what do you want me to say? Just like, I beat up this dude. And I snuck up and trapped him in a bear trap, and I got this guy, and I took their pictures, and By the way, the only reason, I don't know if I ever explained why I'm taking pictures, I tend to forget what I say sometimes, is, you know, a lot of concept art, stuff like that. Nothing big. You don't have to do it. I'm just doing it just to maximize everything I do in this game, because this is just a rental for me, so I'm just trying to beat it as fast as I can while maximizing everything I can. So I get the most out of my rental. So, you know, play it, beat it, send it back, try to 100% it if I can. I won't spend that much time on it. Although, there's a lot of stuff that isn't recorded on the video. I either cut it out or just didn't add it. Is me just running around, grabbing comic books, and doing all the little side missions. And the reason I did show a lot of the side missions, is other than this one, is because they're just me fighting dudes, have really nothing to do with the story. They're usually me, like, getting an upgrade for my suit. Or, for my powers. The only reason I did this one is there's somewhat of a story aspect behind it, you know, encountering a black cat. So, and I thought that'd be interesting to show. I originally wasn't going to show this. That's probably why I've lost my audio, because I didn't really pay attention to recording video, or my voices when I did that. Not that you missed much. I don't think I had anything really quizzical to say when I played through it. So, and the fact, since I wasn't really paying attention to my recording, or my vocal part of it, you can tell I'm probably more focused on the like, me getting through areas as fast as I can without taking too much time. Well, okay, maybe that's a lie, because I do kind of look around a bit, but I do that even when I'm not recording. And sometimes I'll cut that out, because, I mean, people don't want to watch me just, like, struggling forever, just trying to get out or find a way to the next spot. I think this is another part where I'm struggling trying to remember where to go. And I find it, like a genius. I passed by something. I'll probably... There you go. Sometimes when you're playing the game, you don't hear sounds like... Oh, here's the Felicia Hardy fight.
Let's play.
Uh-oh. This one was a pretty neat fight. Not too tough. It's mainly hide and seek, really. Make sure you use your stealth fighter. Here I am trying to get her concept art for her. Because you get their bio. If you take a picture of them, you also get their bio. So, you know, if you want to learn little details about either enemies.
Matches your hair. Let's find out.
I think the bio also talks about, like, why Felicia's hair's white. I think it has something to do with either, like not an allergic reaction, about, like, an incident happened where her hair turned white or whatever. Too bad I didn't get that perfect picture. I probably would have rather had something closer to that. But anyway.
Too slow.
Oh, you also get experience for taking pictures, too. Yeah, she throws out, like, electrical stun bombs, so you always want to make sure to escape when she throws those out, so you don't get stunned. Otherwise, she'll wail on you with her whatever she shoots at you. I don't think it's a pistol. I could be wrong, though. Basically, yeah, the thing here is avoid her electrical bombs, web her up a bit, punch her a bit, and then it should change the... I think it changes the battle after you do enough damage to her. Spider-Man, what are you doing here? Guy, especially a hot girl too. That's the whole point, is that it's the same concept as a Konoichi, you know, female ninja, for you who's not familiar. The reason they wear, a lot of them wear revealing outfits. Like when you watch anime, you're like, oh, no ninja would wear that. Well, they wouldn't wear that exactly, but Konoichi did actually wear, I'm probably saying it wrong, by the way. Konoichi would wear, like, revealing clothing or be a spies, because, I mean, it was easier for men to be duped by a pretty face, so a lot of them would actually do that, and that's how they snuck around or spied around, was pretend to be, you know, tea house ladies, you know, consorts, stuff like that, to get information, and they would dress very loose, you know, to appeal to, you know, their male targets. So, I mean, it was, I mean, if you were a female spy and you could dupe your target with just a little bit of, like, flesh, and it got the job done, I think you would do it. Sure, there might be some integrity behind it, but I mean, really, if it gets the job done, it doesn't matter, you know. The annoying thing about this fight is that you basically have to crawl around. If you just try walking around, she'll just shock you with a little bit of light, and you'll have to find her all over again. So this is when I finally figured out to just start crawling along, because even though she knows I climb on ceilings, she won't look up. So, yeah, you just basically have to find her, and it gives you the prompt to take her out. So, then you get to wail on her for a bit. Not too shabby.
Look pretty.
Yeah, not a difficult fight. It's, I mean, if you don't pay attention, you could get taken out. But I think I've almost maxed out everything in this game, so I'm pretty much buffed out to the most, like damage resistance and so forth. So it's not as hard as it probably could have been. Now, if you just played the game and just did this all straight, actually, if you were just playing straight the game, you wouldn't even have come here. This is a side mission, so it's not. I don't even think it pops up unless you do a lot of the like little side things. You could easily skip it. Although, I mean, when you beat the game, as far as I know, there's a open world. Usually that's how it is with all Spider-Mans, or like Grand Theft Auto, you can just explore around. Same with this.
Where
Ooh, we
did
got
you
her.
go?
Oh, that's hot.
To get this kind of power.
Oh, it's not the power you should be concerned about. It's the responsibility it gave me. You know, to beat the living crap out of criminals like you.
Oh, I'll bet you say that to all the girls.
Only the ones I really like. To see behind bars.
A spider first, then a lizard. Maybe I could be part of your little animal kingdom. Tell me how.
Nope.
I'll find it without you, you know. So long, Spider.
Not so fast, Felicia. When you get out of prison, you should think about changing careers. But, keep the costume.
You don't need to carry me. I have feet. 2 of them.
Well, you can use them to get into the police car in a couple minutes. Then, I'm thinking what, maybe, walk the grounds of Beloit again?
Probably. Though, I really don't belong there, you know.
Yeah, right. That's what they all say, isn't it?
I may be a criminal spider, but I'm not crazy. I've just made some enemies, that's all. Powerful enemies.
What? Like Norman Osborn?
Something like that. Ever wonder what it's like to live every day as the only female in the midst of some of the most dangerous dudes you'll ever meet? All while looking how I look. You think that's allowed to happen without some kind of special arrangement by someone in power?
Can't say that I've ever wondered about any of that, but I will say, you've almost got me feeling sorry for you there.
Not my intention. To be honest, I was just hoping you'd fess up on which floor of the Oscorp Tower holds that stuff that made you able to do whatever a spider can.
What? I never mentioned Oscorp. How did you...
The Osborn comment gave it away. I'm kind of smart like that.
You're something else, Felicia. You know that?
Yep, I do.
Well, that was pretty interesting. Yeah, like I said, Felicia is an interesting character. It's just, you know, being a klepto and a little bit crazy at times. I noticed a lot of characters in these games are crazy. Batman, Spider-Man, villains are all, like, just insane. Just people who just want to either kill or whatever to Spider-Man. I feel so sorry for him. Yeah, he is one of the most powerful heroes in Marvel.
Here's
Next
my
to, like...
stuff.
Go easy with the handcuffs. Wouldn't want her to break a nail. And Felicia, don't go counting on me to break you out this time.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that, Spider. I wouldn't worry about that at all.
Yeah, now that we're finished with that, pretty much it's back to the story for me at this point. A nice little spin-off from like just the rest of the story. That's what I like about the Spider-Man games, is that they have a main plot, but the side quests, or at least some of the better ones anyway, the side quests always deal with like characters that aren't in the story, but you get to know about them anyway, or encounter them. Like some of the side quests I didn't show in the game are like you re-encounter the Rhino and there's a fight with him. There's not so much story there, but it's available. I think you also fight like Vermin and a couple others again.
Something, but I had to confirm it before letting you know.
I'm listening.
Well, now you're the 2 top people on Dr. Smythe's most wanted list. Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I noticed you used Oscorp Intel to find out where you're staying. Someone saw Connors enter your apartment. Now Smythe is going straight for him.
Just what I need. Thanks, Gwen. I can't help feeling something bad's about to happen. I better check up on Connors.
Uh-oh. Well, that's when I split off and cut off there. I did some stuff before I went back to the hideout just to basically save some people,
Sorry
get some
to
comic
disturb you,
books.
satellite dish. Your service is canceled.
Oh yeah, and at some point the satellites were taken over by the robots, so that's why I decided to add this to the recording too, just to show you that in the story, your satellites get taken over by the robots, so you have to re-establish them so you can basically find everything again. Because as you notice, the bottom of the screen, it's all jarred up. It's because of these guys. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, like talking about like re-establishing old things, like or old other contacts in the side mission. So if you do the side mission, you can encounter a lot of the same people you encountered during the storyline. Let's see, there's a couple more satellites to go through.
Hi, Spiderman here. Can't take your call right now because my phone's not working.
Right. I do that quite a bit during this gameplay. I just randomly capture just comic books. I don't know why. I mean, there's so many comic books in the game. It's like 750 or some crazy amount like that. So if you want to get like a perfect achievement, you are going to be working on it for quite a while. There's probably you can probably find like maybe a map online for it, but I know that's one of the few achievements I didn't get because I just didn't want to mess with it. I mean, seriously, 700 like comic books. Although I think I mentioned it in another episode, is that I like the fact that collecting all the comic books actually unlocks comic books in the game. Like not for you to keep mind you unless you own the game, but I mean you can find like Spider-Man issue like 1 in there. You can find the first issue with the Lizard, the first issue with like Felicia Hardy, the first issue with Gwen. I think there's the first issue with Jane. I think there's a couple others there as well. Pretty cool though. I mean, if you had to collect all of them, I mean that'd be one reason just to get to read some of the old comic books without finding like a copy online or something like that.
Transmission's jammed.
Yeah, we gotta knock out the rest of these transmissions. I'm really not sure why I'm adding this, but I thought, well, you know, give everyone the full content of the game. At least that's part of the story anyway. Then again, if I was adding all the content, I would have added every single side mission in the game to my playthrough here, but I didn't quite do that. So I do apologize that there were some things that people wanted to see and I didn't show. I felt a lot of it was unnecessary. And most people just wanted to know the story anyway. I mean, if I was doing how to get achievements, I would make videos on how to get achievements. And that's not why I'm playing this. I'm playing it just to show the gameplay, have fun, you know, do some commentary if it's interesting. If you like my commentary, I appreciate it. If you think I could do better, I mean, I'm always up for suggestions. I mean, you know, want to make this better. There's really not much I can do with like other commentators, like if someone wanted me to do an MMO with someone, because I pretty much do this all by myself, and I really don't hang out with people outside of like initial work or my basic hobbies. And most of my friends actually don't care about the gameplay as much as I do.
I'm listening.
Oh, now everything's unlocked.
Now you're the two top people on Dr. Smythe's wanted list.
We heard this already.
Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I noticed you used Oscorp intel to find out where you're staying. Someone saw Connors enter your apartment. Now Smythe is going straight for him.
Just what I need.
Oh boy.
Thanks, Gwen.
Well, with this being post-commentary, I already know what's going to happen, but I won't say anything. Well, yeah.
I better check up on Connors.
Yeah, pretty much it's me just swinging back to the apartment now. And anyway, like I said before, if there's anyone who has suggestions on how to like better present this, I mean, like I said, I'm always up for suggestions. I mean, I may not be able to do everything, but I'll definitely look forward to, you know, constructive criticism. And I said constructive. Probably by saying it specifically, I've now left myself up to the internet's trolling options, but that's just going to happen anyway. Oh well. So, we avoid that and we head towards the apartment, and I'm going to cut it off here because I'm going to cut the video here in a second. So, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.